announcements. Tomorrow night at 11 is Trivia Net, and Monday to Friday, 7 to 9, except for holidays, the Morning Brew. Alrighty, the question of the night is who would you like to shake hands with? And with that said, let's get in for tonight's Usenet, slowly.
KF6 HDJ, keep 6 Hotel Delta Juliet. Whiskey Bravo 8, Oscar Delta Foxtrot, WB8 ODF.
Can we have that fourth call sign, not the last call sign that came in, to come back again? The log sheet was frozen. Never mind. Okay. Let's get some more seconds tonight, Jason.
KJ5, JVV, Marking Tulsa.
Okay, so far we have N7WZI, Alan from Texas. I have K8BYU, Roy. I have KQ8U, Bob from Escos, Michigan. I have WD8F, David. I have KF6, DJ, Brent. And I have KJ5JVD, Mark. Let's go to the top of this list to Alan.
Okay, what's the question of the day? Maybe I can figure out how to answer it.
Question of the night is, who would you like to shake hands with?
I'm going to step off into a land that nobody really likes. Politics. Donald Trump.
Alright, 732 Roy. Next up, let's go to K8BYU Roy.
KAA-BYU. I'd like to shake hands with the two astronauts that were just rescued from space after over 200 and some odd days being stuck up there. I think those guys are super, and they put up with a lot of stuff being stuck up there all that time. Back to you, KAA.
Alrighty, 732 Roy. Next up, KQ8U.
This is KQ8U, evening Grayson and the rest of the Usenet. Person I'd like to shake hands with would be Donald Trump, just like the other gentleman. You guys are doing a great job. KQ8U, Betsnet.
Alrighty, 732 Bob. Next up, WD8 ODF.
Hello, Grayson, and everybody on the net. If I could shake hands with anybody, I think it would be Abraham Lincoln. This is Dave, WB8ODF in Ypsilanti, southeastern Michigan, about 20 miles due west of Detroit. Have a great night. Good evening, Grayson, and Vicky and the rest of the net. The person I'd like to go and shake hands with would be my 6th grade principal back in San Diego, who was responsible for getting me interested in amateur radio way back when. Unfortunately, it was probably about another 10 years before I actually took the plunge and got licensed first in 96. But I would like to hopefully meet him one of these days and say thank you for sending me down that road. It's led to a lot of fun adventures. Back to that control, KF6HDJ.
Next up, KJ5 HVV, JVV, bulk.
Hey there, Grayson. This is in Tulsa, KJ5 JVV. Yeah, I would like to shake hands with Bill Murray. He's in a lot of movies and a lot of my favorite movies, and he's really funny, and yeah, I just really would like to shake his hand. So that's who I would pick. So back to you, KJ5 JVV.
Alrighty, so please two more. Next up, let's get some more check-ins for tonight's UFNet.
N1 CBM, N1 CBM. E2, CCK. Alpha 5, Juliet, Whiskey. Alpha 5, Juliet, Whiskey.
Kilo Echo 2, Echo Golf Foxtrot, Kilo Echo 2, Echo Golf Foxtrot, K2EGF. Alright, let's hurry up now. I have N1 CBM, Carlos from Hollywood, Florida. I have K2 CCK, Matthew from Frankfort, New York. AA5 JW, James from Spring, Texas. I have K2 EGF, Ivan from Gasport, New York. Let's go to the customs list to N1 CBM, Carlos.
Hello, Grayson. Good evening, Vicky and the rest of the crew. This is Carlos, N1 CBM from the south of the equator, Argentina tonight. I would like to go with Dave right there. If I ever could shake the hands of someone, it would be Abe Lincoln. That's my answer to the question of the night. And I'm going to ask you a question, Grayson. I heard through the grapevine that you took your first airplane ride a couple of weeks ago. Would you care to share your stories with us here for a couple of minutes? And N1 CBM, back to you, Grayson. You're doing a great job.
Carlos, I'm back. Gotta keep this short, so I don't want to hold it up here. Long story short, it was good. It was a flight from Orlando to Houston for a layover there for around 3 hours to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, and it was good.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. Awesome. Well, to the club of people who have flown on airplanes. Back to you, Grayson.
Matthew from Frankfort, New York. Can you come again?
Hello, this is Matthew, KE2CCK. I don't know whose hand in particular I'd want to shake right now, but at least after I have my time here on Earth, I hope I get to shake Jesus' hand. And I guess that's my answer. This is KE2CCK back to net control.
Alright, so PC Matthew. Next up, AA5JW.
Good evening, Grayson. Thank you for running the net this evening. And good evening to everybody out there listening to the Usenet. This is Alpha Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey James in Spring, Texas. And it's a beautiful evening. The sun's going down. It is a gorgeous spring evening. Great day to be down here in spring. And for the question of the evening, whose hand would I really like to shake? That's a hard one. I think I'd go with the president. Any president. It doesn't have to be a specific president, but I think it would be neat to meet somebody who had that burden of running the country.
Alrighty, so PC James. Next up, K2GF Ivan. What's up, bud? Hey Grayson, I'm doing pretty good. This is K2GF Star. I'm running a little late tonight, but yeah, if I had to shake hands with someone, it would be my great-grandpa, I think. He used to run at jeans, TV, and refrigeration around here. He would put up antennas, fix TVs. I think he would also fix refrigerators, but he never actually was a ham, but he knew all sorts of television and how it worked and antennas, so I think I would have a good time shaking hands with him, but sadly he died. He got really bad dementia before I was even born, so yeah, I think that would be it. Yeah, I think we would have a lot in common, so yeah, this is K2GF 73, back to net control. Alrighty, so you, Ivan. Next up, let's get some more check-ins for tonight's Usenet.
Yes, KE2EDS.
Over, no. Kilo 4 Victor Tango Juliet KO4 VTJ Gilbert in Orlando.
November 8, Mike Juliet, November 8, Mike Juliet, November, Sterling Heights, Michigan. Alpha Kilo 4 Golf.
Alrighty, let's hold it up now. K2EDS, Mark from Emma, New York. At KO4 VTJ Gilbert from Orlando, Florida. At MJN Malkin from Heights, Michigan. At KFCSI with Andy from Norfolk. And I have A4G Jacksonville, Florida. Let's go to the top of this list to Mark. K2EDS.
They're doing a great job. The answer to the question for me would be my father-in-law. I lost my father-in-law 30 years ago. I miss him, and I would give anything to be able to shake his hand one more time. Have a great evening. Keep up the great work, Grayson. KE2EDS, clear.
KE4NGG.
we have Malkin, so let's go down at KO4 VTJ Gilbert from Orlando, Florida.
All right. Hello and good evening, Grayson. You're doing a great job tonight. That's pretty awesome. Everybody's checking in. My name's Gilbert, and I'm in Orlando, Florida. And the person whose hand I'd want to shake, one of my hobbies besides ham radio is anything aviation related. And I would like to shake Howard Hughes' hand. He was a pretty amazing man who did a lot of wild things in his life. He was involved in movie making. He was involved in all kinds of stuff, but he gave us a lot of the innovations in aviation that we see today, from landing gear for retractable landing gear to oxygen masks to intercontinental routes and all kinds of stuff, along with film things and all kinds of wild things that he was involved in. He was a pretty amazing guy. So that's the hand I want to shake. Anyways, again, great job tonight, and yeah, I'll be listening. KO4, VTJ, back to the control.
Alrighty, 732 Gilbert. Next up, KFO CSI Andy.
Alright, thanks, Grayson. Doing a good job there, buddy. I'm going to go with Clint Eastwood. I don't know. He's been a favorite actor of mine. He's pretty darn good there. He's getting pretty old nowadays, but I'll put him over the top of John Wayne. So we'll go with Clint Eastwood there. Keep up the good work. You're doing a great job. This is KF0 CSI.
Alrighty, 732 Andy. Wait. 732 Andy, let's go up to NAMJN. Malkin from Sterling Heights, Michigan.
Hey, good evening, Grayson and everybody on the Usenet. This is November 8, Mike Juliet, November Marston in Sterling Heights, Michigan. When it comes to shaking people's hands, I guess I'll say Tom Brady, or maybe Gerald Ford. Big Michigan football fan, so any of the Michigan greats that have done a lot post-college would fit the bill, so there's a lot of names there. But those are the two that come to mind. So if I had to pick one of the two, probably go with Gerald Ford since he was the president. With that, I'll send it back to the control. Thank you for running the net. Doing a great job. Have a great weekend. 72 and 8MJN. Back to net control.
Alright, Malkin. Next up, AK4G, James, Jacksonville, Florida.
Tonight, this is Jim in Jacksonville, Florida. The person I would like most to shake their hand would probably be John F. Kennedy. He was president in the early 1960s, and one of the reasons I wanted to shake his hand is from nuclear annihilation. We were so close to being in a nuclear war with Russia, and he prevented that from happening with the Cuban Missile Crisis by doing a blockade around the island of Cuba. And the president of Russia just backed down. I think it was, I want to say Nikita Khrushchev, but I could be wrong on that. I have to go back and look at my history. But Kennedy showed great leadership. In fact, the fact that he kept us from nuclear annihilation was just one of the greatest that I can recall in history. So that's it for now. Grayson, how old are you?
I am 11. Alrighty, see James. Next up, let's go to W2RBC, Randy.
Good evening, Grayson and everyone on the Usenet. The person I would most like to shake hands with would be the scientist Nikola Tesla.
Hope everyone has a great weekend. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2, RBC.
Well, we can't really beat that one. Alright, so see you, Randy. Next up, let's get some more check-ins tonight, CFNet.
K8BWK, K8BWK.
Echo 4, November Tango Golf. November Tango Golf.
4 Papa X-ray.
Kilo Echo 8 Sierra Uniform Oscar KE8 SUO Ricky in Jackson, Michigan.
Kilo Foxtrot 4 Kilo Uniform Bravo JJ in Jellicoe, Tennessee.
November 2, Victor, November Mike, David in Peru. November 2, Victor, November Mike.
W2 KJV, W2 KJV.
And KB2QBQ, KB2QBQ, in and out.
Alright, let's hold it up now. Let's go to K8. We have Ben from Oregon, Ohio. We have K4NGT, Waltor. We have W4PPX. W4PPX, Don from Hollywood, Florida. We have KE8 SWO, Ricky. We have KF4 KUB, James. We have N2B. And we have W2KJV, Tony. We have KB2KBQ, Mary. Let's go to the top of this list to K8BWK, Ben.
Good evening, Grayson. I would say my grandfather. Really looked up to him when I was a young kid, and he passed away when I was young, so father would love to shake his hand. I'm sure he would be proud with the family that I have today. And with that, we'll pass it back to you, and Walter, you got to wait until he calls for new stations. Everyone have a good night. K8BWK.
Alrighty, 732 Walter. Wait, no, 732 Ben. Next up, let's go to KNGT.
Good evening, Grayson, and everybody was checking in at the time that I checked in, so I don't exactly know what you said I did wrong, but how you doing, Grayson? First of all, I say you're doing a tremendous job, and if I had to shake anybody's hand, I would definitely like to have shaken Sir Sean Connery's hand. A wonderful actor, a good human being. I was just curious, how old are you?
I am 11, Walter.
Well, terrific. I am so happy that you're into ham radio, and I wish you the best with the hobby. You'll love it. And have a good evening. This is KE4NTG, back to net control.
Alright, 32 Walter. Next up, W4BBPPX, Don.
Good evening, Jason, and everybody on Brew tonight. I would like to shake hands with Dwight D. Eisenhower. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the highway system that we have all over the U.S. Back to you, Grayson. You're doing a heck of a job.
you, Ricky. Wait, no, so if we see you down, next up, KE8 SUO, Ricky.
This is KE8 SUO. Jackson, Michigan. And actually it would be two people. One, President Obama. I'd love to shake his hand. And two, the coach of the Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell. Back to net. Have a good day. 7-3.
Alrighty, so next up, let's go to KF4QB James from Delco, Tennessee. James, are you still with us? Do you have a call sign that is similar to KF4QB here?
Call me, Greg. Foxtrot 4. Kilo Uniform Bravo, J.J. Joseph. I would like to shake hands with my grandpa. You did a great job. Ball, boys.
David, are you with us? I'm back to you. Let's go to 32KJV, Tony from Homer, South Florida.
Good evening, Grayson, and everyone on the Usenet tonight. I would like to shake Eric Clapton's hand. I hope everyone has a great night. Back to you, Grayson. You're doing a great job. W2KJV.
Alrighty, KF4KUB, James, are you with us? Alright, N2VMM, are you with us?
Yes, Grayson, I am. I would have to say the person I would like to shake hands with would be Ronald. I think he basically, his ideas kind of I went along with, and I thought it would be good for the country. So with that, I'll turn it back to net control. Good net. Have fun. That's what the hobby's for. This is N2VNM, back to net control.
Alrighty, some free to James. Let's go to 32PW since Mary wasn't in and out. This is the last call sign for me for the night. We are going to 32PW plus. Plus, are you with us? No, okay, well, I'll pass it up, check-ins before I hand it over to Ivan here. Let's get some more check-ins for tonight's Usenet.
Kilo 1, Alpha Oscar Sierra, K1 AOS.
N2BH, N2BH.
Kilo 7, Yankee Bravo Papa, Annette, Twin Falls, Idaho.
November 8, Golf Lima X-Ray.
Alrighty, I have West Alex from High Springs, Florida. I have N2BH, Bill from Plymouth, New York. I have KK7, YPB, Antley from Twin Falls, Idaho. I have NAGLX, Wyatt from High Springs, Florida. And I have KQ4GLY, Chris from Paris, Florida. And with that, I'll hand it off to Ivan, KU2EGF. Take it on. Hello to all on that. KU2EGF, Ivan. It's an honor to be running the net for tonight. Alright. First, we're going to pass on down to K1 AOS, Alex, in High Springs, Florida.
All right, hey Ivan, how you doing? It's a pleasure to be back on the net here. Got a quick question back for you. Does the person have to be alive, or can they be dead?
They can be alive or dead. It doesn't matter if they're alive or dead. Just whatever person that you like to shake your hand.
Alrighty, well in that case, I'm an aviator. I would have picked somebody like a Bob Hoover, but I've already shaken his hand. So, gosh, I'm going to have to go with probably the most important person. I would definitely like to meet and ask for some forgiveness. Anyways, back to net control. Thank you.
Right, this is K2EGF. Yep. We're going to pass on down to N2BH, Bill, in Palmyra, New York.
Good evening, Ivan. You and Grayson doing a great job tonight. Good or bad, we had to shake Bill Clinton's hand when he was president out in the Hamptons on Long Island, and anybody now, I'd say Mark Martin. He was one of the best race car drivers that never won a championship and never won the Daytona 500, but he came so close. And to BH.
Alright. Yeah, that's really an honor. Man, you're lucky for that, Bill. Alright, now we're going to pass on down to KQ7 YBG, and that in Twin Falls, Idaho.
Hey there, Ivan. I hope you are having a today. Who would I like to shake hands with? I would love to shake hands with Jack Nicholson, the actor. That's who I would love to shake hands with. And will you give me your call sign slowly and phonetically, please, so I can write it down?
Sure, my call is Kilowatt Echo 2 Echo Golf Foxtrot. Kilo Echo 2 Echo Golf Foxtrot.
Roger, thanks for that. Yep, so it would be Jack Nicholson, KK7 1DP.
Right, 73 is you, Annette. Now we're going to pass on down to NHGLX. Ryan in High Springs, Florida.
Good evening. This is NHGLX. Ryan here on the drive on the Florida Turnpike from work. If I had to pick somebody, I would pick someone who's still alive. His name is Christian Craighead. You'd consider a kind of modern day hero. If you don't know what he did, give him a Google. It's a pretty cool story. But yeah, thank you for running the net.
you, Ryan. Now we're going to pass on down to KQ4GLY, Chris in Parrish, Florida.
Good evening, Grayson. The person I'd like to shake their hand would be Air Force General Chuck Yeager.
Right, 73 is you, Chris. Now we're going to be taking more check-ins. We have 31 check-ins so far. We're going to be taking more check-ins. This is K3GF.
KD2VNU, KD2VNU.
Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo. Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Oscar Kilo.
KH, Kilo Charlie 2, Mike Kilo Hotel.
6, Bravo, Foxtrot Romeo. Kilo Oscar 6, Bravo, Foxtrot Romeo.
WB2JPQ, WB2JPQ. K6CF, AK6CF. KC1 2PO, KC1 2PO.
Right, this is K3GF5 and acknowledging 7 stations, if I'm correct. We have KD2VNU, Derby Dan in Derby, New York. KQ4POK, Gonzo in Winter Springs, Florida. KQ2MKH in Lackawanna, New York. That's Francis in Lackawanna, New York. KO6BFR, San Jose, California. WB2GBQ, Dick in Eden, New York. AK6EF, Roger in Orange, California. KC1CPL, John in South St. Paul, Minnesota. Alright, let's start off with KD2VNU. The question of the night is, who would you like to shake hands with? Take it. KD2VNU, are you still with us?
I'm sorry, Ivan, I was distracted there. Let's see. I would have to say Marconi. I'd like to shake his hand. You guys are doing a great job and sounding good tonight. KD2VNU, return it back to that. And we got over 36 connections. Come on, join the Usenet and support these guys. KD2VNU, return it back to the net.
73 is Usenet. Next we're going to be passing it on to KQ4POK, Gonzo in Winter Springs, Florida.
Good evening, everyone on the net. One person that I would love to shake hands with would be Paul McCartney from the Beatles. I've always been a fan of theirs since I was a kid, and even a fan as an adult with Paul McCartney and Wings. Definitely would like to shake his hand. Always liked them. That's Control. This is KQ4POK. 73 to everyone.
Alright, the Beatles were a great band. 73 is you, Gonzo. Next we're going to be passed on down to KC2MKH, Francis in Lackawanna, New York.
I would have to say Albert Einstein. Because without him, we would not have the United States. Because he helped defeat the Nazis.
Art in San Jose, California.
I would say the person I would want to shake hands with would be Ken. And I have two grandkids with me that want to answer the question, so stand by for third-party traffic. This will be Jackson first.
If I were going to shake hands with anybody, I'd probably shake hands with Jamal Chase.
Good control.
Reflector, thank you for letting kids onto the net. We love hearing new people, and yeah. Alright, thank you so much for letting new kids on. We hope to see them get their ham license soon. Alright, this is K2EGF, and I'll pass on down to WV2, JBQ, Dick, in Eden, New York.
Good evening, Ivan. I'm going to go along with Ben tonight. I was thinking about this, and I had one of my grandfathers die when I was just a little boy, and I would heard an awful lot about him, didn't really get to know him, so Ben put a little idea in my head, and I'm going to say one of my grandfathers. Thanks for doing that. This is WB2JPQ.
73 to you, Dick. Now we're going to pass on down to AK6EF. Roger in Orange, California.
I believe that's AK6CF, Ed, Allendale, Florida. But let's just reconfirm.
Yeah, thank you for the correction. AK6CF, I believe. Ed in Allendale, Florida.
Would have to be just like the previous radio operator mentioned. I'd want to shake my grandfather on my father's side. I never met him. He passed long before I was born. Anyhow, thank you for having this net. You're doing a great job, AK6TF.
Now we're going to head down to KC1 QCL. John in South St. Paul, Minnesota.
Good evening, young man. Good evening, everyone on the net. KC1QPL. If I could shake hands with anybody, I'd have to agree with Randy, and I would want to shake hands with Nikola Tesla. He was really the godfather of electromagnetism in this century, so I would like to go with him. Back to you. You're doing a great job. You guys need anything, let Dan and I know. KC1QPL 73.
Alright, 73 to you, John. Tesla was a great answer to tonight's question, especially because it was ham-related. Tesla first discovered AC current, so yeah, alright. Oh, actually, no, now we're going to take new check-ins. This is K2EGF, let's take some new check-ins.
Kilo Charlie 5 Charlie Zulu X-ray KC5CZX.
Kilo 54, Echo Foxtrot Yankee, KQ4 EFY.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Charlie Delta November. Kilo Foxtrot 8 Charlie Delta November. Kilo Golf 5 Juliet Romeo Alpha. Kilo Golf 5 Juliet Romeo Alpha.
Kilo Charlie 3 Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3 Foxtrot Golf Delta.
with, acknowledging 7 stations. We had KC5 CZX, Daryl in Lubbock, Texas, KC4 Timothy in Columbia, South Carolina, KF8 CVN John in Chelsea, Michigan, KJ5 JRA Dominic in Navasota, Texas, KC3 FGD Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, KO4 QMM Roger in I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Amatilla, Florida. Alright, we're going to pass on down to KC5 CZX, Daryl in Lubbock, Texas.
Well, good evening to Grayson and everyone else on the net. Just out here mobiling, picking up my daughter from work. And I would like to shake the hand of Albert Einstein, most indeed. So back to net, KC5CZX.
Right. 73 is you, Daryl. I think Einstein and Tesla are both 2 great answers for tonight's question. I'm also surprised I haven't seen James Maxwell or Heinrich Hertz tonight, but yeah. Alright, we're going to pass on down to KQ4 EFY Timothy in Columbia, South Carolina. EFY, are you still with us? I'll come back to KQ4 EFY later. Let's pass on down to KF8 CBN John in Chelsea, Michigan.
Thank you, Grayson. You're doing a wonderful job with the net tonight. I'd have to say my favorite author, Hunter Thompson, which is a different answer than you would get to the others tonight, but yeah. It'd be something to read when you're a bit older. Anyway, wonderful net. Good to talk to you. This is KF8CBN 73.
CDN, this is KGBGF. Yeah, you kind of had a 60-second hum in your background. You're a little quiet. Could you repeat your answer again?
Yes, my answer would be Hunter Thompson, the author.
73 is you, John. Now we're going to pass it on down to KG5 RA Dominic, Navasota, Texas. I believe I pronounced Navasota, Texas right.
So what was the question?
Yes, the question of the night is, who would you like to shake hands with? This is KG5JRA, this is KGEGF. You didn't come in time. Could you repeat that, please?
Shake hands with George Strait, the country singer.
I'll pass on down to KC3 FGD Ray, this town.
Hey, good evening, everyone on the net. Wow, you guys are doing a great job this evening. I'd love to shake hands with my grandfather on my mother's side. I was very young when he passed away. Didn't really get a chance to know him very well. That would be a real pleasure for me. Hey, have a great evening, everyone. KC3FGD. Back to next.
Right, 783 and now we're going to pass on down to KO4QMM, Roger in Umatilla, Florida. I actually looked up on Google how to pronounce that, so I hope I got it right.
Roger, my answer. Good evening, youth crew, and yeah, you said that really good, Umatilla, Florida. And I would say Audie Murphy, the old American hero, soldier slash actor, just all around good guy. Wouldn't mind to shake his hand. Back to you guys, having fun tonight. Thanks. KO4QM here.
This is K2EGF. We're going to be taking new check-ins. Anybody that would like to check into that, we have 6 minutes left, so please come now.
Hear my answer for the question.
You would share your answer. Actually, I don't know if I just heard someone out there. Can you please give me your call?
You get my answer when I said it.
I got the answer to your question.
Again, K2 Patrick.
Alright, this is K2EGF. We're going to be we're going to be taking new check-ins. Anybody out there that would like to check in, we have 5 minutes left in the net, so please come now.
KF8DGE, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Golf Echo, in and out.
Echo.
USFT, with Sierra Foxtrot Tango 547.
KQ4 EFY.
This is K2EGF. Acknowledging 3 check-ins. We had KF8DGE, Nick, Toledo, Ohio, and 4 are Roger in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. KQ4EFY, Timothy in Columbia, South Carolina. Actually, that might be a recheck. I don't know if we got that right on the log. But, yeah, this is K2EGF. We got a huge pile up there, so, some missed call signs. Alright, we're going to pass on down to KF8DGE, Nick in Toledo, Ohio. And, I forgot. KF8DG is in and out. So, yep, alright, we're going to pass on down to N4RHE, Roger in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Good evening. You guys are doing a great job on the net. My answer would be Alexander Fleming, who discovered penicillin and antibiotics. It's great. Saved lives.
4, Dana Perino. November 4, Roger, Hem Enthusiast. Turn to net. November 4, Roger, Hem Enthusiast. Turn to net.
Alright, so we're going to give him a chance to check in again. KQ4 EFY, Timothy in Columbia, South Carolina. Please come now.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Charlie Sierra Papa.
Or EFY, I'd like to shake hands with my dad one more time.
Alright, we're going to pass on down to WW4 and EW, Mike in Pembroke, Florida.
Yeah, this is Mike, WW4NEW. I think I'd like to shake the hand of an individual by the name of Ross. Or Doss, I'm sorry, D-O-S-S. He was the first conscientious objector to be awarded the Medal of Honor for what he did at the Battle of Okinawa. He was an Army medic who refused to carry a weapon. It was amazing how many people he saved.
Yep, good answer. 73 to you, Mike. We're going to pass on down to WB9CSP, and I'm going to ask for the check-ins in that pile-up before we close off the net. Alright, WB9CSP, Richland Pierce, Texas. Please come now.
Yeah, WB9CSP. Just wanted to check in and give you one for the count and say hello to everybody this evening. Back to you, WB9CSP.
73 to you, Richard, and everyone that was trying to check in during that pile-up we just had, please come now.
KE2CZU, Echo 2, Charlie, Zulu Uniform, Brad, Rochester, New York.
This is KQ-EGF. We had one last check-in before the net's over. We had KE2, CZU, Brad, Rochester. Please come now. The question of the night is, who would you like to shake hands with? They could be dead or alive.
I would like to shake hands and have breakfast with Clint Eastwood. He's entertained me from his movies since 1968, and even his more recent movies. He's a passionate actor and writer and producer, and he's still a tough guy even in his 80s. So, Clint Eastwood.
This is K2EGF. I'm going to be terminating the Usenet at 102 UTC. Alright, this is K2EGF returning the East Coast Reflector back to normal use and terminating the Usenet.